to the brand new podcast of the Cousin Cuzzo podcast, man. You got your host here. You got Nate.
Coach Wilson.
Got Coach Wilson here, man. It's been a long time coming in regards to what we have cooking up, so we're glad to be able to finally share it with y'all. And we definitely do want to say shout out and thank you to Justin as well in regards to letting us borrow his space for tailgaters. It's a great environment, so thank you. To kind of kick it off with the podcast is obviously something new, so we'll kind of give a little introduction to ourselves in regards to what we can offer to the podcast world, you know, just to show you that this isn't just some regular recording that does go on. You know, we're first and foremost we're family, so we're definitely
blood.
You know what I mean, blood to the cousins. So it's great to be able to have this experience with the fam, because we have these talks nonstop. So the fact that we can enlighten some of y'all and give y'all some of the game that we do have him coming from actually being a coach. And then myself, I know I'm actually been going to school for broadcasting for quite some time now. So yeah, we got the little bit of the lay of the land for you guys, but I'll let Coach Wilson take it over, kind of kick it off to what he has for y'all.
Yeah, welcome to the Cousin Cuzzo podcast. And like Nate said, you know, this is a family thing. We've been talking about doing this for a while now, and then we finally got it off the ground, and we're blessed to have you guys here and give us opportunity to be able to spread some of our knowledge and some of our thoughts and just have some fun while doing it, man. I think that's the biggest thing. Just to introduce myself, Coach Wilson, one of the cousins, you know, born and raised in Philadelphia. Been out here for a while now, and obviously being out here, it segued me into a coaching, kind of a coaching career, and I've been blessed to be able to have the opportunity to coach some phenomenal athletes and just be a vessel to them as individuals. And you know, obviously sports is my first love, and boxing and basketball for a lot of different things for all of us. So it just made this transition seamless. So we're getting blessed to be able to do this, and to do this with family is even a bigger blessing. So.
Yeah, man, you ain't never lie, cuz you ain't never lie. It's a blessing to be able to speak with this with y'all. We don't want to just continue to say this is a blessing and it's cool to be out here, because it is. This is something that we definitely been wanting to do for y'all. But I mean, just to kind of get into the lay of it, like kind of going off of what Coach Wilson said, you know, just getting the introduction. Obviously, my name is Nate. You know, I was born out here in Phoenix, but I was out in Philly, man. It was born in me, man. It's something, and obviously just going back and forth with family, and it's been a blessing to be able to experience both sides. So we'll kind of get down into exactly how we see sports in regards to our optics. Like we had mentioned before, Coach Wilson is obviously a coach of high schoolers now at Hamilton High School, which is, if not the biggest, probably one of the biggest high schools in Arizona. So this man is out here. But I mean, just to kind of give off in sports, man, how was it getting into the coaching atmosphere? And I mean, obviously not getting into too deep into the players, but just coaching itself. Like, how was it because I mean, obviously there's different areas, you know what I mean? There's different states have different aspects, but I feel like Arizona ball is really starting to pick up and has been for quite some time. So how do you feel about it, man? What's the
you know what? I mean, to start to answer your first question, you know, just how you get into it. It just comes naturally when you have a love for the game and a passion for the game. You know, it just, you know, you want to be around it. Obviously, I played, you know, for a little bit, and then I'll keep that itch going. And, you know, when you can see that there is another window of opportunity for you to get back into the game, you know, selfishly, you want to try to take advantage of it. But then when you're doing that, you say, oh, wow, now, you know, I'm thinking about myself, but at the same time, I'm like, I can actually help another individual. I think that's where a newfound love and a growth for it comes, when you're like, oh shoot, I got this person that I can be a vessel for to be able to help them go to another level, or be able to produce, or just to teach them a life skill goes a long way. So once I started, I got hooked, you know, like just, you know, being able to help kids and see them succeed and do different things. You just naturally do, you know what I mean? If any good individual will. So, you know,
that's
I just took that, and
that's a blessing.
Go from there. That's how it turns into a monster. And then, you know, all of a sudden you find your way. Where I'm at is just, you know, obviously getting the opportunity to coach high school basketball at a high level is great. It's great. It's fun. I mean, it comes with its pros and cons. But I love, everything. Yeah, everything does. That's life in itself. But no, man, I love it, and I enjoy it. And again, to be able to have some of the kids that I work with come back and say, hey, you know, you taught me a lot is great. I mean, I think that's the most fulfilling thing that I could say ever. So yeah, man, that's. And then as far as Arizona basketball, man, it's definitely on the rise for sure. I mean, boys and girls on both sides, it's coming. I would like for us to be a little bit better, with the development side, but I think it's still on the rise as far as the growth and all of those different things and the different things that we're starting to host here. Arizona is becoming a hotbed for college, for high school, for professional. It's fun. It's fun to see, from it going from nothing and nobody wanting to be here, and it literally being just a desert out here to now seeing what it is now. So I'm excited.
Yeah, you was definitely not lying, because there's a lot of points that you hit on there, man, but. Just being able to really grow those kids, and obviously, I feel like it's kind of like the lay of the land. Obviously, all teachers, all people are like, that's what I bred to do. But I mean, it does take a whole different type of patience, and you know what I mean, just the level of determination in regards to getting those kids to the level that they need to be at. You know what I mean? It's definitely a push and a grind, man. So first and foremost, if nobody, I mean, we've gotten it all around the world, but we definitely do appreciate you, Coach Wilson, for sure.
You already know it.
You know what I mean? This man got some state championships on his belt, man. So that's definitely great to have, man. And kind of going on to what you had said about the development side, I don't necessarily think that's an Arizona thing. Kind of coming from a ball player myself. Like I played AAU, and just seeing how it was back then to how it is now, it's just not the same. And that's one of the things that I feel like we haven't lost the touch on, I will say, but it's been slowly kind of getting away from us in regards to just the simple fundamentals, the George Michael drill, you know what I mean? Just simple stuff like that. It's not there. It's not there anymore. And it's for sure a world. I mean, it's all over the country. I agree. It just feels like, I guess because we're in it, it feels like it's more hitting here than anywhere else. Because, I've played against, we've coached against some of the top California teams, or, Iowa, Texas, and all of that stuff. And they just feel like they're so much further along. But like you said, they're still missing some of those fundamentals too. It's not like but they are still picking up the small pieces to be able to get ahead. And obviously because they're just more athletic, but and it's more of a talent pool out there for those teams too. Bigger city, for sure.
Talent pool is so deep out in those towns that it's different. But I think it's just what we're prioritizing right now as individuals. What the parents are prioritizing, what the kids are prioritizing, I think that's the biggest thing that's separating us right now. It's just the attention to detail, and are you going to be consistent? Are you going to really invest?
And do you really want this?
Yeah, basically, and do you have a love for it and a passion for it? Because if you don't, obviously what you put in is what you're going to get out.
It's going to show.
Yeah,
it's real quick. It's most definitely going to show, and that's something that I mean, just growing up with sports, man, it's something that you see. It's evident. You know what I mean? It happens all the time. It's like you have to really want that want, and that's why it's so hard to get to that spot. You know what I mean? To get to the professionals, to get to even collegiate level, unless you really, really want that, because they're gonna put you through the ground, man.
Just talking to colleges yesterday about some of these kids. I mean, not just my kids. Again, blessed to be able to know some of these schools and these coaches, but I don't just engage with them about my kids. I also engage with them about other kids. They ask, for sure. They ask, hey, what do you think about this kid? And it's just like, hey, you be honest and, you give them and help another kid. That's a part of having the opportunity to do this. It's like, hey, you can help others, besides just your own. But that's the first thing that they're saying. Like, some of these colleges are not looking to get these high school kids because they're not really fully where they need to be.
Where they need to be.
And the window for these college coaches is just shrinking, so they're getting 3-4 years, maybe tops. And then they got to win and they got to produce something, to get to that next contract. So it's a business, unfortunately. And I think a lot of these kids, their parents take it personal. They got to worry about themselves, their livelihood. They got kids and they got stuff that they got to take care of.
Definitely.
So I respect it, just be able to have conversations with them about these tough things that people really don't understand is a good thing.
Take it to perspective, even if you do understand it, you may not really realize it right first there. You know what I mean? That's something that it's just not, you know what I mean? It's kind of hard to say, but it's something that you really don't realize unless you're in it. You really have to go through it, and see exactly what it's about, because sports is fun. Don't get me wrong. It's probably one of the most funnest things in life that you could really participate in. But once you're in it, I mean, it's like anything else in life.
It's
you're
amazing.
Yeah, like you gotta really work for that, man. And that's where the determination comes through, because a coach can only take you so far. You know, and that's speaking from experience myself. Like, obviously, I'm not a professional, even though I ain't a bum. I'll tell you that much. Don't get it twisted.
But you coach your son, right?
But exactly. Yeah, like to kind of go off of that, like I have a 4-year-old son. He's my world there, and like I'm starting to get him. I started early to get him into like sports, see what exactly if he's, you know what I mean, what he would like, just being active and seeing exactly if you know how he would like it. So he started off with T-ball last year. It took him a little bit to get used to it. Like I would say about maybe like a month, honestly, about 3 weeks. But after he realized that, you know, like all these other kids are having just as fun as you, you know what I mean, like this is just what sports is about. You just got he's got to go out there and have fun, try it, see what it's like. And it took him a while, but he definitely got used to it, and he started to like, you know what I mean, having that cordial play with the other kids and being able to experience that. So I have him signed up for basketball in a couple of months, and
let's go.
You know what I mean, like it's getting there, and I am coaching him there as well. Like I was one of the team coaches, so it's cool to be able to see, because like him coaching, he coaches high schoolers. Like these kids are like one of the best kids in the state in terms of high school. Like for me, obviously, I'm coaching 4-year-olds, 5. Like, you know what I mean? It's completely different.
But it's important though. Like,
very,
you know
very important. That's what I was about to get to.
And you know, like what Cuz is bringing up is very, very important. I mean, we'll dive into it, different episodes of the podcast, but you know, he's bringing it, and I'm excited to see the development and the progression of that, because he's bringing a lens from a coaching parent side. Right. And I'm not a parent, so I don't know what he goes through, and I wouldn't try to know, because I'm not there yet. So, you know, he gives us a different perspective on what some of the other individuals are dealing with that might struggle with or might not understand. So it's important, and I'm excited to see his transition as your son starts to grow and develop and do all of these different things. And even if he grows out of basketball, but he grows into something else, it's like it's going to be exciting to see what that looks like and how we can talk about that and that transition and you helping to him. So he brings a whole nother perspective, but a very, very important perspective.
Most definitely. You hit on the neck, because I appreciate that.
Yes, sir.
And yeah, I mean, to kind of go off of what he said, it is important, because this is like the foundation of it all. You know what I mean? This is obviously, these are kids, so, you know what I mean, they can't pay attention too hard, you know what I mean, can't push them too hard, they got to have fun. But at the same time, this is kind of when you introduce them. See if they end up liking something, you know what I mean, like my cousin, my son loves to watch like basketball, football and stuff with me, so just having him go out there and be like, hey, you can play this too, like it's really cool to be able to see that aspect. So like you had mentioned, it's definitely exciting, man. But kind of going off from there, I mean, yeah, like, it's an exciting journey. And I mean, you had mentioned that, we had mentioned that you have some kids that are top notch in terms of the state here. So I mean, like, I know you're at Hamilton now. This was like a kind of like a new move for you. Yeah, you were killing it over at Sandra Day O'Connor, man. It was, and that alone is a big high school itself. So I mean, like, how's the transition from Sandra Day O'Connor to Hamilton been?
It's been 50-50. It's hard, you know, anytime you leave something that you put and you invest so much to. Like, I mean, for me, like, what people don't understand is, because, like I said, I don't have kids or like that. Like, this is my life. Like, it's unfortunate, because it's a pro and a con to it, because you pour so much into it. Right. Like, you would get naturally, emotionals get, you know, it's hard to disconnect. So, I think that's the good thing to it, but then there's also hard, because it, you know, obviously it takes some time to, you know, get through things. So I think that's been the transition of, like, just getting through the change and knowing there's a change and all of those different things. So just slowly but surely. But as far as everything else, man, it's been amazing. You know, the support, you know, everything like that, everybody that's been there, you know, from administration to, you know, the kids and the parents and things like that have been awesome. You know, it comes with its bumps, but, you know, it's a part of the job. But outside of that, man, I'm blessed to be able to get the opportunity to coach at the big high school, and them to look at me and value me the way that they do. Is fun, and I think we're going to have a really good journey and a fun journey. ain't gonna say too many names because I don't. If I say one, I gotta say all. But the girl, I already know. Like, I know they're gonna more than likely watch. But the girls know. I mean, I just texted them yesterday. We're gonna, have our meetings and stuff like that this week, individually. But no, they know. I told them I miss them. Just being around them because they're just a fun bunch. And one of those bunches, like, you go in the gym and they're just happy to be there. They're sponges. They want to learn.
Love being around those type of people. Like, not even just as a coach, but as a player,
it's
teammate.
The funnest thing.
You know what I mean? Like, we love that type of energy, man.
When you come in and they just want to learn and they just enjoy being in there, enjoy that space. That's like, right now I commute. You know what I mean? I don't mind commuting an hour for those kids. You know what I mean? Because they want to be in the gym. They enjoy every life aspect of it, and they can work together. And they don't. We just did a camp, a couple weeks ago, and almost every single one of them showed up to that youth camp. They didn't need to, but they showed up, and it speaks volumes. So
most definitely,
shout out to the knuckleheads, to all of them. Like, they know who they are, and I appreciate them already. Yeah, and I'm looking forward to the journey with them. So, yeah, most
definitely, cause I mean that's great to hear, man. To kind of piggyback off of what you were saying in terms of just the energy that, having a brightful player and someone that is a sponge and wanting to learn, it's great to have as a coach. Like, it's one of those things that make you want to continue to go back, I'm sure, and just, we can have more kids like this. And like I had mentioned, just as a teammate itself, like, that brings the team up, man. Like, having energy like that, like being a good teammate, it goes a long ways. Madly contagious.
It's just like the negative energy. It can take you down, but if you get that positive energy, you can do some things you probably have no business doing. And when you putting that energy bug and that battery in somebody else's back. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's what I've been enjoying, man. And they've provided some new life for sure. So I'm excited.
Yeah, no, it's great to hear, man. I love to hear that. We've kind of laid the foundation already in regards to what we think can, help you understand what we're trying to bring to the table here. Obviously, we're going to have a lot more insights going down the road for these episodes. Coach Wilson's going to have a lot more
we'll dive deep.
Yeah, a little bit more of a technical talk in regards to exactly what to expect, what not to expect for these ball players. I'll go into it myself, and we'll definitely be laying the land for you, man. It's gonna be fun. But now that we have kind of gone over the stuff in about ourselves, we will definitely get into the professional sports.
That's what I'm talking about. See,
professional sports, man. This is
now we talking. Now we talking.
All right, because so I know. I know about to say, yeah, man. I know there's been so many moves that's been happening, man, and we have all been excited to know you guys have been seeing it all.
Yep.
We'll start off just because it's fresh. It's happening right now. Obviously, we got the FIFA World Cup. We'll definitely,
another monster.
We'll definitely get into that because that deserves its own segment.
Yeah.
But in regards to what's going on as of right now, the NBA free agency. Obviously, we got
get it.
The NBA free agency is going insanely bonkers right now. We have some very, very big moves. Just because, obviously, NBA free agency has its own, moves that happens every year, but it's very rare that we see moves that kind of formulate a different view of the NBA. Like, we have so many different big moves. Like, in terms of these superstar names that are in different cities, it's just going to be weird to see, man. Like a Giannis Antetokounmpo in Miami. Like,
hey, I think we're in a new NBA, man. I heard it a few times,
I'm not disagreeing.
I think we're in that new NBA era where it's like, hey, if these superstars are, telling these teams like they're not sure what they want to do on these extensions, because if you look at all of the pieces, all of the pieces that got traded, the big pieces, superstar pieces, they were all, most of them, if not all, were up for an extension at some point in time. I think they were extension eligible this year. So when you think about that, the Giannis's, the Ja Morant's, the
even Kawhi,
Jaylen Brown's, Kawhi, I just don't think these teams are like, hey, listen, the NBA of the 7-8 year deals are gone. It's completely gone. They're signing the 3-year, 4-year deals, these super max deals. And then now, you got them saying, hey, if you don't want to stay or you're not willing to commit to us and you playing games, we just going to get you up out of here. We're going to get what we can get for you, it sound like. So, from what I'm understanding, Clippers didn't want to give Kawhi, an extension. So they said, we're going to go ahead and maximize it, and Same thing with Giannis. Giannis wasn't sure. He was kind of tiptoeing. So they said, well, let's go ahead and get what we can for him. And these teams are moving on, man. They're moving on. So we're in a new NBA. It's fun to watch from our perspective as fans. And it's fun because it gives us something to talk about. But it's getting
it's a big move, man.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah, no, it's a big move, man. And I mean, yeah, like it's exciting to see. And some of them, obviously, some moves may piss you off.
Yeah. Some
moves may make you happy. But all in all, I mean, it's crazy to see the NBA move how it is, and just kind of like going off of what Coach Wilson said, man. It's the new form of the new NBA, man. We're seeing the new NBA day come in our era, and I mean, believe it or not, you just got to get with it, or you know what I mean, or end up moving the boat.
New form. All right, we got to talk about the Lakers. All right, this new look Lakers.
We're gonna get into a bunch of teams.
Yeah, you got to give me. All right, we're gonna start there, and we're gonna work our way.
I feel it.
I need to get your perspective because I know I got mine, but I need to hear what you think about the new look Lakers.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of speculation in regards to us paying too much for instance, like someone like Walker Kessler.
Yeah.
I'm honestly a fan of our moves. I think we needed to make these moves, and just because, obviously, we needed a real center. Walker Kessler, it hasn't been established in regards to, what he can show on the court, on the paper, but on the hardwood. But it's definitely a move in the right direction, I feel like. And he's young. It's Utah was willing to put in the money in regards to making him the part of their franchise. So I didn't think we were able to get Walker Kessler. So I feel like that's a good move, even though, it is what it is. And the reason I say that I'm cool with these moves is because the window that we have, we've already wasted 2 years of the Luka Doncic window. Yep. Like Cuzzo just said, there's windows in regards to these new deals. So you got 4 to 5 years to really show what you got for it. I'm not saying 4 to 5 years we'll end up losing Luka, but each year counts. Like the fact that we have Colin Sexton, someone that can actually, handle the ball. Yeah. I'll have to get his numbers in just a minute.
That's all of that stuff. I just think, for me, I don't mind them. I get what, Cuz said, in terms of the, making the move now. I think you definitely had to do something with Luka, him having a short window. Right. I think my concern is, from me being a defensive coach, is who is guarding anybody right now. And that's
another thing too.
It's just like, I don't see any of them. At least you're one from 1 through 4. It struggles. Especially when you let go of the Ruiz, or you're letting Rui float out there.
I was about to say that's one move. That's one name I was actually about to throw out there.
Yes, Rui, 3-and-D guy that you got out there. You let Marcus Smart go for pennies on the dollar. I thought they could have paid him. He only wanted $5 million.
Wasn't a fan of that.
Or $6 million or so. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you let him go. That's another defensive guy that can help you.
And just a vet that you can have in the locker room. So I wasn't too big of a fan of the
coming off the bench. So
Smart move.
That's my concern. The Kessler move, like you said, to reiterate, I don't mind them going again because they needed a center. I think they had to pull the trigger on something soon. I don't think they could have wasted another year.
Yeah.
I just don't like that they don't have any draft capital to trade over the next 6 years. That's my biggest concern.
We let go of the only capital we did have.
Yeah, you gave away because I think from what I'm understanding, they only have, I think it's a 2023 pick swap. They can't they can't trade that. So they got to get that's the only thing that they have in the first round. I think everything else is second rounders. So when you think about that, if I'm giving up that much draft capital, I'm getting a guy that's going to be a complete game changer. So they're looking at him as like he's our Shaq, basically, in my eyes. If I'm putting it in that perspective, he's basically he got to come in and he got to play.
They're paying the man like it. So you're not far off.
I'm not mad with the pay either. With the contract, contract is on par for what that looks like.
What you were gonna for 4 years.
I just think the draft capital that you give up to get him is a lot. To say, hey, we aren't going to be able to make. We're not gonna be able to trade for any superstar because Lakers ain't drafting nobody. We know that. They've never been a draft team or anything like that. So let's get that straight. I'm not saying it for those aspects. I'm saying it for a strictly, all right, 2 to 3 years. Yeah. Are you saying that ain't gonna be nobody that you want to trade for? Yeah, that is what kills me.
Which is, that's something that is kind of halting as of right now.
Yeah.
we have Rob Pelinka under the GM spot, so he definitely can be able to make some moves and hopefully move some. That definitely is. Hopefully move some draft capital back into the franchise. Yeah, I see exactly where you're coming from.
Yeah.
And to kind of base it off, Phoenix is almost in the same position. Like it's looking really bad for the Suns because I mean I'm not going to get into the Suns, but they're another team that necessarily have no draft capital for the next damn year.
But they also don't have a Luka. Now don't get me wrong, Devin Booker ain't no Luka.
Not at all. Not at all. As much as I love Devin Booker,
he's good, but
I think we all know that.
And if you, I mean, and speaking of that, I think that's a good segue to go into the Suns. You know, since it's the backyard team.
Yeah.
I don't mind what they did. Again, I think that's another team, like you said, that just gave up too much draft capital to get the Miles Bridges thing going, and especially it keeps Devin Booker at the one spot, which I don't like. I think Devin Booker needs a point guard.
I don't think any real basketball fan likes Devin Booker at the one.
Yes, I think Devin Booker needs a point guard. I think it's just as well as the Lakers needed a center. Like, I think it's just that it needs to be that prioritized.
You're not wrong.
For them. And to get over that hump, I love the pieces that they kept. I love the depth that I wish they would have. I love them getting a shooter. Again, another Laker that brought out the door, but one of the best shooters in the NBA just walked out the door, and he turns around and he goes to the Suns. For pennies on the
Luke
dollar.
Kennard.
Yeah, Luke Kennard. I think that's a steal. I think he's definitely going
another move I honestly was not a fan of. I didn't want to lose Luke Kennard.
Like, I mean, the Lakers, I don't know what they was tripping. And I'm like, to let him walk out the door.
I mean, to be honest, Quentin Grimes is a dog as well, but he ain't as bad as a sharpshooter as Luke Kennard. That man is a bad man.
I mean, if you wanted to go at least get offensive production and not play defense, which is the theme for the Lakers right now, you could have kept Kennard, like I thought, so yeah. I mean,
with all these moves, man, you kind of said his name earlier, Rui Hachimura. I really, really hope that they make a deal with him, man. That's the last two-way that we actually have in regards to just making sure that we have a defensive wing on the team.
Yeah,
so
Rui, somebody's gonna have to pick up. I mean, it sounds like he is from. Based on what Shams is saying, according to Shams, is like he's kind of tossing and turning with the Spurs a little bit, and those teams, those contenders, which I'm not mad at.
I don't blame them, honestly. I was about to say, like you have a interesting offer from San Antonio. How can you turn that down?
If you can find some money for him, I would go there in a heartbeat.
I think they do have some money, just because I mean they even had LeBron, and we'll get into LeBron in just a second. Yeah, they had LeBron James as well. I would say LeBron James has that as one of his destinations in regards to San Antonio. Yeah. And San Antonio is so stuck with their team, which I love, that they're like, you know what, nah, we're not even going to entertain that. Yeah. Which I don't truly think they need to at all. Like you just went to the finals with a team that has like a 3-year player at max. Like it's amazing, man. But in regards to the whole situation for we're kind of getting to LeBron James now, man. Like
LeBron the king. Obviously, again, reported by Shams that he was, going to go ahead and disregard and forego his year with the Lakers and go into free agency. I think this is the first time he's actually been in the pool of free agency. Like, I think he's always had those one-on-one deals.
This is definitely, I believe, the first time that we've even seen.
Yeah, so I think he's always had that one-on-one.
This is to kind of go back. I think this is the first time that we've seen LeBron James in this type of position. You know what I mean? Like, not knowing exactly where he wants to go, a team not necessarily knowing if they even really want him to pay him that money on the roster. Right. It's a lot, man. And he did inform the team that, you know what, you can go ahead and move on without me because I don't intend to play here next year. So I know, according to Rich Paul, there were about like 4 teams that were dialed in. I believe it was Golden State.
They put a whole whiteboard up there, man.
Right, of possibilities that LeBron can go to.
And then obviously on the side of the whiteboard and the different possibilities, there was a couple different different viewpoints of rosters and things like that. So I think it was Golden State, Miami, Philly, Cleveland, Minnesota. There was a few of them and things like that.
And I know they were talking about the Knicks and whatnot. Obviously, I don't think that's going to move just because essentially they ended up moving or they ended up winning the finals. So that's just too much to delay. I personally, I mean, you had laid down the 5 teams. I personally love, and I said this before sports books even ended up getting involved in regards to the possibilities and whatnot. I would love to see him in Philly. especially after that Jaylen Brown move, which we will get into the Jaylen Brown move in just a minute.
Yep.
But I would love to see LeBron in Philly. I think that would be perfect. I mean, obviously, it's LeBron James. You can really fit him in anywhere. To be real with you, like he's gonna be able to get his and also improve the team in some regard. But I think the best possibilities for him would be either Philly or Cleveland.
Yeah, I like both if they can keep. I think Philly needs to add a little bit more depth.
For sure.
You know what I mean? I think them picking up the guard that they picked up. Got his name? Excuse me, I'm getting it wrong. But they picked up
Caleb Love.
No, they picked up another guard that they picked up. For mentioning, but yeah, there was another guard.
What
out of Philly that they picked up.
Anthony.
Yeah.
Anthony Simons. Yeah,
Anthony Simons was a good pickup. That was a great pickup.
I do love that.
Yeah,
pickup.
He's a great scoring guard. He can defend as well. I love that pickup coming off the bench. But I think they're going to have to add some more depth on the wing. They're going to have to add some more depth at the forward spot because I think right now they would be banking on LeBron coming in and playing that power forward spot,
which you just can't do at 42. Yeah, coming into 42 years old, it's just not.
Yeah, even if you get you pick up. Somebody, I don't know if they can bait Rui and they come in there either, but I mean, if they could find a way, and from what I'm understanding based on this morning's report, is that they're not in a rush based on Rich Paul. They're like, this is not going to happen for a while. So what it sounds like is they're just going to let the way the land play out. Yep. They're going to let teams do what they do. Spend the money that they have, and it sounds like LeBron is probably going to go somewhere and play for the veterans minimum, which is crazy. And I don't think it's ever really been done for his caliber player. But yeah, he's probably going to end up taking the veterans minimum and just
considering him being one of the greatest. Yeah, I don't think anybody has.
And still playing at a high level. Nobody's seen it. We haven't seen it from anybody or any player like this old, his age, this old, and still able to more than likely give us 2 to 3 more years.
If he really wanted to, I believe so. Yeah, I mean, just because we've seen players like, not to be disrespectful, but like Paul Pierce, that have kind of gone out in their terms, and it's like
ain't got no business.
You know what I mean? We see how bad that was. So like seeing what LeBron can do, the fact that he can still drop you a 20 and 10, this man definitely still got a couple of years.
100%. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. Throughout the course of the next couple of weeks. Because like I said, free agency is kind of winding down, and teams are starting. So I would like to assume that probably within the next week or two, he's going to probably start taking some calls or going on some visits and sitting down and having some meetings with some people.
No, for sure.
Decision. Yeah.
And I mean, based on the reports that Rich Paul and Clutch Sports have been given, I mean, they've been saying that he wants to go to a contending team. So I think this kind of has to also play in the matter of him wanting to wait and see exactly what would be the best destination for him to kind of see, what would be the best possibility and the best chance for him to get that close to that ring, that 5th ring, which I personally don't think he will get.
Yes, sir. Let's dive into the Jaylen Brown trade.
We'll go ahead and go into Philly, man.
The details before we go anything to Philly, our hometown here.
Yes, sir.
Again, I am the full disclaimer. I haven't been a Sixers fan. I am an Eagles fan, Phillies fan. But
it's funny you say that, dog.
It's crazy. Everybody says that. But Jaylen Brown reportedly went and then been traded from Boston Celtics to the Philadelphia 76ers as of a couple days ago. The full details of the trade: Jaylen Brown plus Paul George, 2028 first round pick, 2031 first round pick, 2028 second round pick, and a 2030 second round pick. That all goes to Boston for Paul George and 4 future draft pick swaps. This was crazy to me on surface. Like when I first heard it, I ain't gonna lie, I was like,
I think this is crazy to everybody on surface.
What is happening?
I ain't gonna lie.
Like, what is happening? Why? What is happening? But shout out to a couple of the other guys, Brian Windhorst. I was listening to his show the other day, Wendy. And, he kind of broke it down from a different perspective in the landscape of what the GMs were seeing. So I would say when the trade was first made again, I was shocked. I was like, this is basically a bag of chips for one of the best players in the league. But then when he broke it down, on what the rest of the league saw Jaylen Brown as far as his contract value and all of those different things, then it made a little bit more sense as to why this would happen. But I don't know. I'm still not a firm. What you think, Cuz?
You hit a lot of points, man. Cause I ain't gonna lie, and shout out to the boys, Wendy and out there, out the NBA. But yeah, no, it's a surprising trade to us all, man. And to kind of back off of what you had said in regards to the trade value for Jaylen Brown, like yeah, we as fans, we obviously think that, you know what I mean, like he's one of them. And I mean, he is one of them players for sure. I would say he is top 5, top 10, top 15 players in the NBA. But in regards to what the NBA has seen him and what Boston was paying the man, I mean, they were paying him a hefty amount. You know, like between him and Jason Tatum alone, they were making their contracts were over $500 million that they had to go to Boston's payroll. So I mean, it's not surprising in that aspect that they were moving on, just because I mean, obviously something has to, like, it's just not. We've never seen that happen before between two players. So that's just something has to happen. But I think the most surprising thing about this all, obviously we know that Jaylen Brown was on the offer sheet in regards to getting Giannis to see if he was able to come to Boston. So I mean that is what really tarnished. I mean it was actually an offer, so it definitely did go out, but that's what tarnished. Really just dropped the ball in the relationship between Jaylen Brown and Boston, man. And
which is understandable.
It definitely is. Like you know what I mean, like you were a Finals MVP. You know what I mean, like you didn't have Jason Tatum this past year that just happened, and you guys still won 54 games. So I mean, it's not like you were definitely, you know what I mean, holding this team. But there's still just always that lingering argument of who's better, JT or JB, and it's like at some point in time, man, it was gonna end up breaking them apart. I mean, the biggest thing I think of all this still though is just where he went, cause
the Philly.
Like, I don't think anybody in the sports world could have expected him to be traded to Philadelphia just because of the rivalry that them and Boston have. I mean, Boston just got eliminated from Philly and out of obviously this was a great push for Philly. Joel Embiid was in and out, obviously, for his abdominal issues that he had going on, but dog, it was just it's an insane move.
It is. I mean, Jaylen Brown is now currently on a 5-year, $285 million contract, $57 million per year on average. It'll go up. He has 3 years remaining on that contract and a trade kicker. So he's going in there. So that's basically, I mean, that's super max money. You know, that's going in, and that's your franchise player type of money when he's getting that. And I don't think that, like you said, the rest of the league valued him as that. You know what I mean? Like in terms of that, and I don't think that Boston wanted to say, hey, you know, I think next year, you know, he would. That again, like we talked about those extensions. You know, now. You know, next year I think he would have been extension eligible. Correct me if I'm wrong, but now you're talking about upwards of
if not the year after.
Yeah, if not the year after.
You're definitely right.
Now you're talking about 60, 65 million a year, X, Y, and Z. So that's you're talking 20, 30% of your cap.
And at that point, he could just. I don't know if he was unrestricted or not, but I'm pretty sure at that point in time, if they weren't able to get anything done, he was able to walk.
So I mean,
had to get something for him.
Are you giving that up? Like, you know, I think JT, you know, Jason Tatum was 20% or 30% of the cap. He was another 30% of the cap, and they were working under that. Now they did just win a championship not too long ago. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
So don't get that twisted. And they were really, really good defensively. But now I think they hit I don't know. So, I mean, now we got to talk about the other side. So now we see how good Philly could be. But now what does that leave Boston? Now, with a Paul George coming in there.
I mean, and I think that's the biggest thing, though, that makes this all a big surprise, because usually for a trade like this, it would have to work out in both parties.
Right.
This just doesn't look like it worked out in Boston's party and in their favor at all, because obviously they had a little bit more of draft capital that they ended up getting in regards to Jaylen Brown, but as of right now, they still have a window that they're trying to excel in. And I mean, they have Jason Tatum. They're not just trying to waste these years. So at that point, they're going to have to find another star for Jason Tatum. And I mean, from the reports that I heard, their latest take is that they're hoping and gapping on Peyton Pritchard to make a jump as like a Jalen Brunson type. It's like, that's too much to ask.
I mean, he's balled out. I was just about to mention him. You know, I think he's done a great job. It is a lot to ask, but I think he has shown up and fit the bill. Now, can he do it on a consistent basis? Now that a year's under the belt, now
without the second team here,
now the teams are able to scout, and you know they've made adjustments and things like that. Can he do it repeatedly, consecutively throughout the course of his career and show up like that? That's the next question. But I think he's balled out. I think White has played well. You know, so I think they're But I mean, you're asking for JT to come in and carry the team coming off of an injury. You know,
John Blank and Derek White.
Yeah, Derek White.
No, I was thinking.
Yeah, Derek White has
Oh,
balled out, man, on the defensive side and on the offensive side.
Yeah.
I think
even though he had kind of a slump year last year.
Yeah, he had a little bit of a slump, but I think it doesn't go far away from what they're trying to do, which is defend, rebound, and they're trying to run and shoot threes. You know what I mean?
So speaking of the devil, they just ended up getting Mitchell Robinson, which is a fucking pull. That was an amazing signing.
Like, you know what I mean? I thought, honestly, that's who the Lakers should have went after. I thought that's who they would have went after is Mitchell Robertson. I mean, now he's not a franchise guy, but he's
he's what they need to fit. Yes. And I think another part of that as well, because to kind of back off of because that means what you said, it fits to the T. Like Mitchell Robinson is that you plug him into the Lakers, that's exactly what we need.
Yep.
But I think the biggest thing that they were looking at as well is the relationship that it would form with Luka. Yeah. Now, I'm not saying that Luka and Mitchell Robinson can't get along. Obviously, they're grown men. I'm sure that'd be able to work. Mm-hmm. But I'm almost certain that there was something with Walker Kessler that was you know what, I'm sure that him and Luke, I don't know. This could just be me in regards to speaking on my opinions, but I think the relationship has something to do with it as well in regards to just getting a long-term deal set for the Lakers speaking. But
I mean, and the only thing that I think, now if you're swinging for the fences, we're talking about for the future for Boston. So now it's all right, now let's talk about the unrestricted free agents or the free agents that are coming up, that will be coming up, down that line. So you talk about the ones that have player options. You got obviously Joker, who's the top of the totem pole that everybody thinks that they got a chance to go get next year. Boston, he might be either traded. He's the one that's also extension eligible. He might be.
Which, I mean, to kind of put a little bit of context on that, Joker did already say that he wants to retire as a Denver Nugget. I personally don't see them moving past Joker, so I think there will be something done. But kind of going back to what Cuzzo said, it's a new NBA, you know what I mean? There's windows, and there's these 4 to 5 year windows, which do happen. So we'll see what happens, but more than likely, Jokic would probably end up re-signing.
Yeah, you got Steph Curry, unrestricted free agent, will more than likely stay with Golden State.
Right, same situation almost.
Yeah, for Anthony Davis is up for his, I know he's looking for an extension.
Now that's a good one right there. Anthony Davis is one that has a question mark on him because
don't sway on that. But obviously he's had his problems with health, so but Karl Anthony Towns is one that has a player option as well. Keep a lookout for that next year when we're talking about these gaps that Boston is trying to fill, and would say, hey, I'll take an expiring contract from Paul George, and I'll take that hit and give me another year. And then we can have the cap space, to put somebody next to him. Donovan Mitchell, Jimmy Butler, all of those dudes these are all expiring contracts. KD is another one, that
could be on the move.
That could be on the move. So these are things I think that if I'm in Boston shoes and I got to make light of this, and I can make sure that I put it from a positive perspective, is that these free agents are out there. Next off season, that we could possibly get our teeth into with the draft capital that we have. We can do a sign and trade. We can, obviously get them in free agency, things like that. So you got to think positive if you're Boston, but it's a tough go with that.
And I mean, going off of the future, you have that, but then, like I had mentioned from before, you have the window as of right now. So it's really on some
of those key guys.
It is, and it's as much as I love Paul George. I think. We're all cordial Paul George fans. It's just the age does play a factor into this. And the man, I think, is 37 this year?
37.
It's definitely, getting a little close to the edge there. And then going back we'll kind of jump back into Philly here. Their window is still there, they obviously, there was a lot of speculation in regards to Paul George, Joel Embiid not being able to stay on the court.
Right.
You switch out Paul George for Jaylen Brown, this is a completely different situation here. It's a completely different story, and hopefully, fingers crossed, Joel Embiid will be able to play at least 60 games in the season to be able to get something going. So there's a lot of promise in Philly, man. It's definitely going. And
shout out to the Sixers, man, and we'll see what happens. We'll see if they can put it together.
Shout out to Mike Gons. That man is doing work, man. Daryl Movie got kicked out. That man Mike got killed.
He came in and shot a shot, and he hit a home run, and I know they're looking to do another arena down there too, which is going to change some. So I know they're talking about doing.
Always looking to do something different, man.
Yeah, down there. So
little complex. I did see something about
man,
that. Yeah,
I think some things is going to start moving for Philly.
Most definitely.
Here as we go. So yeah, shout out to the Sixers and Philly, and the city of brotherly love.
Yes, sir, man. City of brotherly love.
That. Yeah.
All right, we'll kind of go into more signings because there's a lot more names that we have to speak about.
Oh
here, man, there's just that's what I'm saying. It's just the NBA is so big right now. There's going to be so many moves to where to a regular casual fan, someone that like I was gonna out somebody, but to a regular casual fan, like you know what I mean, this is not gonna look like the same NBA that it was 2 years ago.
What's your sleeper signing free agency wise so far? Let's dig into that. Like I mean, I got one. But I want to ask you yours, cuz what's the sleeper that you got that you think that might quietly impact either quietly impact the team, or they might end up having a home run year enough to where they might get a major contract in the next season that nobody's really talking about.
Yeah, no, that's a good question. In regards to a sleeper, I mean, I think a good move, and this was someone that had to do another re-sign, but I feel like this team really needed it, was Porzingis in Golden State, man. I feel like that was something, and this is probably a little bit more on the obvious side, but this is something that Golden State really needed, especially if you're going to try to continue this Stephen Curry window, and he more so just fits into that franchise when exactly in regards to the space out that they need. So what was your secret signing, man? What was your upcoming?
Oh boy, I like what the Spurs did. I think who did they pick up? No, who was it? Who picked up Tobias?
Oh, it was San Antonio.
It was San Antonio.
It was San Antonio.
I think it was San Antonio.
I do like that signing as well.
I love that signing.
A lot of money, but it was nice.
Yeah, I think it'll be worth it though. It gives them the leadership that they need.
Yeah.
And I think Tobias, again, gives himself a chance to kind of revive himself. He's older, obviously, but I love the pickup of game. He's always quietly getting a bucket. He'll quietly close some games in the regular season. If you're watching the NBA,
it's true.
Like how we really watch it, like League Pass deep into those games on Wednesday night where, Charlotte, Spurs are playing Charlotte or something like that.
Where all the tanking was happening last year. You know what I mean? I still had that on my TV, as disgusting as it was. It was Tobias was closing out some big time games consistently, and I like that pickup. I think he's going to end up reviving himself and end up either getting them over the hump to win a championship this next coming season, or he's going to revive himself and get a bigger contract the following season, which if he wants to keep playing. So I love that pickup. And with the type of style, with the type of play style he has, I mean, it's not like he has like a limit on his. He's a 3-and-D type of player, so he doesn't have a lot of wear and tear on his body to where he won't be able to sustain like a LeBron James. But in regards to Tobias Harris, I mean, that's a very good pick, just because I think a lot of people still have that nasty stigma of him in Philly in regards to what he was doing, which I mean, don't get me wrong, Tobias was not the best in Philly, but he has played very well in Detroit, man. And I think it is more so of the situation that he's in. You can't plug Tobias in and expect him to be your third best player. Like you gotta have him be, as like you kind of said, that vet in the locker room that be able to kind of set things stone in terms of principles, like helping you out, and then also that 3-and-D player that he is. He's a very great supporting player, and that's what he was able to be in Detroit. And I mean, look what happened. You know what I mean? So I think that's a very good signing as well, man. To kind of go off topic here, not off topic, but kind of throw it around. What you think about Ja in Portland, man? What's your idea on that?
Well, I mean, you're putting them alongside Dame. I think two ball dominant,
heavy ball dominant.
Yeah, heavy ball dominant guards. I know Dame is a high IQ player, so I don't think he would necessarily mind, kind of taking a step back.
Plus, he's a little bit older.
Yeah, like
I get you.
So he'll do Dame first class, you know what I mean? Like he'll do what he needs to do to put himself in position to win. So I don't think there's any ego trip there with him.
Facts.
But I think Ja needs to be able to be a little bit more mature in terms of what it is that he's planning on doing moving forward in the future. If he's going to be playing alongside Dame, and they're going to make that work. So I think that's going to be the next biggest thing. But I mean, it could work if they allow it to, and if there's buy-in from everybody, because they also got some other young pieces too that are there as well. So yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see how it plays out.
Obviously, yeah, you kind of said it perfectly. Dame is A1. He's first class. You know what I mean? He's someone that will take the high road. I feel like anytime. So that's great to have, especially as a vet, because you don't want someone that's going to be spiteful of the young guard coming in. I personally don't think Ja will be in Portland long term. I think this is something that's just going to be kind of like a bridge to the next spot. But you never know. You know what I mean? Like you truly never know. Like their IQ, Dame's IQ is both their IQs are fucking insane. So I mean, they both can definitely make it work. And if they have some supporting pieces around him, I like Donovan Cleveland, man. That their big man over there, he's nice. So. You never know. They could make something work over there for sure. But we'll have to see what that happens. And kind of going on top of what you said, like Ja, amazing basketball player. This dude has like athletic capabilities that a lot of people obviously do not have. Just got to use your head, my boy. Like you was not moving right in Memphis. You was acting, to kind of say short for say, like, you know what I mean, just not smart. You weren't moving smart.
You got a second chance. So I think
big second chance. So just make it
with a great leader.
Facts.
You know, turn that on. But man, we can't talk basketball. I know we jumping into something. Like, we gotta talk WNBA. I can't let us go. As a girls coach, I gotta go.
Most definitely.
Gotta tag in the WNBA. Shout out to the W. We got.
I know we briefly talked about Giannis in Miami. I do not like that signing at all. I mean, obviously, like, it was kind of foretelling with Milwaukee because I feel like they dropped the ball on this relationship. Like, Giannis Antetokounmpo is a one type of player, but if you have this type of relationship with him, I think you guys waited a little too long to trade him off, at least a year too long. And obviously, he went, like, this is a good destination for him. Miami, way better city. No offense to Milwaukee. And, yeah, I guess that's really it. I mean, I just don't like this Miami move. Yeah. Him and Bam just don't look good together.
I mean, it's going to be tough from a basketball perspective. Right now, I think Bam will be playing more at the center.
Which he's undersized already, so it's like, I mean, no offense, I love Bam. He's dope and all, but it's like, this doesn't make sense in my basketball mind.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I mean, they don't have any shooting. I think you're relying on also Andrew Wiggins.
They signed Tim Hardaway, and I think
I like the Tim Hardaway signing. I don't mind
that was a good one.
He had a down year. I didn't think he played.
But that's a shooter, right?
Very well, but that's definitely some shooting that you need. And he actually defends a little bit, so I think that definitely helps.
That is true as well.
But they're going to need. I think they let go a Powell, which was I would have found a way to keep Powell there. I think that's a ball handler and a shooter and a defensive guy that you're probably going to need. I don't know what the cap space look like to keep them. I know they can go over the cap to re-sign their own guys. I probably would have made the effort to do that.
I mean, even then, like, I think Norman Powell is just a fucking baller. Like, that dude will get you a bucket any day of the week. So
I think I would have made the effort to do that. Like, you know what I mean? Because you're going to need him at some point in time, and I think that's going to show up big. I don't know what it looks like either. I think Miami just wanted to make a splash. It looked like they're just like, hey, we want to get him, and which I'm not mad at it. Hey, listen, you got a chance to get him. Yeah, you got your guy, and then now you can work around it, and you go from there. And I don't necessarily, they gave up a lot, but I think they can work around and build off of it and then go from there. It doesn't make sense from a basketball perspective, but I think they got some movement to make.
Talk about a lot, dog. Like I'll kind of go into context of what they did give up, man. They gave up Tyler Hero, which, I mean, obviously we expected Tyler Hero, Bam to move. So that's one of the other. Khalil Ware, which I like Khalil Ware.
Khalil Ware.
Very good big man.
Ware. Yeah.
Jaime Jaquez, which, I mean, he was six man of the year candidate, so he's definitely a good player. 3 first-round picks, 1 pick swap, and 1 second-rounder. I mean, it was a massive haul to get Giannis.
Yeah, 3 first-round picks is a lot. Which pick swaps, you kind of, all right, it is what it is. You still get those back, but the 3 first-round picks
with the players on top of that is just like, damn.
I think Ware, if I had to say anybody, Ware would probably be the one that's going to hurt the most going out of there.
For sure.
He's a young piece that.
For y'all that don't know, Khalil Ware, man, go look at his tapes, man. He's
watch
nice.
out for him. Like they're going to regret losing him.
Yeah,
I think that's going to be the biggest.
It's a big presence in Miami that Bam could have benefited off.
100%. 100%.
Yeah, man, it's just. I'm not too big of a fan of that move. And then to go off of, we'll kind of splash into New York. I did see that since they did lose Mitchell Robinson, they ended up signing on Andre Drummond.
Yeah.
Andre Drummond's a really good rebounder, so I mean that's actually one of the best statistically in NBA. Not as of right now, but in terms of just all time. So I mean, you know what I mean? I think Mitchell Robinson obviously is the better player, but you lost one, you ended up getting. You know what I mean? It is what it is. So I mean, there's that.
I mean. You know, Mitchell Robinson was in that starting lineup for some time. You know, he was
before Cat got there.
You know, I mean, even Cat. You know, there was sometimes where they would play.
No, they would play both of them. All right.
So it's like, you know, can you see yourself doing that with Drummond? I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I'm
gonna say
Drummond can come in and give me some minutes and things like that, but I don't know if I'm gonna put him in there with, you know, like, and be comfortable, because Cat is trying to play out on the perimeter. You know, I think that's where, you know, when he was a little bit of a facilitator, they had some more success, you know, when he was out there handling the ball, coming off of, you know, triple handoffs and back screen pin downs and things like that. I think they would have more success, but I don't know if you could do that with Drummond. You know, start him.
No, I mean that's a fair statement to say, man. And honestly, I truly don't think that you can. I don't think you can confidently be like, we can plug him in.
So now you're going back to him running the 5. You're going back to running the 5. So now it's Cat running the 5,
which I'm almost certain he's like an AD and he don't like doing that.
Yeah, he don't like playing.
This is coming from my mouth, not from his. So I'm almost certain that that's how he feels. But
so now you put him back at the 5. Now it's like, oh, here we go.
Yeah.
You know? So I don't know. You know, we'll see how it goes. I know they re-signed Shamit, which is a good re-sign. They gave him a lot of money.
They did. I think they paid him a little bit too much. But Shamit was a vital piece in regards to them getting that ring. So I can understand the move.
Yeah, and I think that's been pretty much the only moves that they've made so far.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's been pretty quiet for them. I think they feel confident. They obviously bring back all of their guys. So
except for one of the biggest.
Knocking it. You know, again, shout out to them. Congratulations to them. I think they caught it. They caught lightning in a bottle. It got hot when they needed to get hot.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I mean? And they got the right.
They used it to their advantage.
Yeah,
they took advantage of the chance.
Anybody can tell you, sometimes when you go in the playoffs and things like that, you need a little bit of luck. You need a little bit of
everybody
momentum. You need a little bit of that energy, and the Knicks got it. And I think they're playing off of that, but I don't want to say that I don't like their free agents and moves. I think they're moving like we can basically beat anybody in the East. They're moving like they're comfortable with saying they can beat anybody in the East, rather than continuing to transition and get better and stack. I think they're like, all right, we're cool with what we got,
which is crazy because
I'm saying it's a crap, because you got all these moves that we just talked about. Like, so now you got Philly.
And I mean, even then, before the moves, like I still.
In the East,
I mean, that's probably the hater in me, but I still probably wouldn't have said that the Knicks come out on top of the East just because it's just like the East.
That's what I'm saying.
The East is just like there's a lot of teams moving there. I mean, you got Cleveland that obviously they beat themselves, but they can make some moves. You know what I mean? Detroit is one that I expect to make a huge jump, even though Jalen Duren didn't perform up to par.
And quiet as kept. Orlando, do not sleep on Orlando. They figured it out at the end. They went on a run.
They were.
I think that they're coming back, and they're going to be good.
Kawhi back in Toronto, so it's like it's just a lot of things. Man.
Yeah, so that's what I mean is like they're moving like, all right, we good. We good. And hey, that's fine, but I don't think that they good. I don't think that they safe. Like, whereas though they can say we're gonna run it back with what we got, and then to lose Robinson, which is a vital piece to say, all right, cool.
Like, bro, honestly, it's so vital to say, like, if they didn't have Robinson, I don't know if they would have won the shit. Like, that's how vital he was.
Like that, he was just huge. Like, you know what I mean? The pick and roll lob threat that he had, that he brought to the table.
The fact that he was able to put his body paws on Wemby, dog, and it's like, they needed that, and they we'll see exactly how the land of the league.
I'm not too confident.
I'm on the boat with you, cuz I'm not too confident there either. We'll stay in the NBA, but draft over to the other side of the NBA. Let's go hit that Women's National Basketball Association, dog. The dub. Y'all see the ball right there, man. It was good. Yes, sir. All right, so first of all, we'll kind of go into it. The WNBA hit an expansion this year, so we have some new teams into the league.
Yes, sir.
So, I mean, we ended up getting Portland, the Portland Fire. Toronto Tempo, which is dope. I mean, and Marina Mabry, don't even get me started. She balling out there in Toronto. Like, what's your thoughts on the W, Cuzzo?
I'm liking the growth quickly. Obviously, they signed a new CBA in this offseason. They were able to keep it going.
That was huge.
So that was big. Like I didn't want to see a lockout. I just wanted to see basketball. So it's good. But yeah, I'm loving the growth. I'm loving the games. Like the games are playing at a higher pace. Like it's just great to see. And there's different talent that's coming in. And obviously with the expansion, it opens up more roster spots for other girls to get opportunities. I still think they got a long way to go because there's a lot of women that should be getting more opportunities that are on the free agency.
Coming from a girls' coach.
Hey,
you know what I mean?
Like it's a lot of them that are on the free agency market that were cut because there's not enough spots.
Speaking of, man, that's like, I'm glad you brought that up because like the releasings and the cuts that they were having, dog, the waivers that they were having, like it was
some of these.
The fact that Haley Van Lith couldn't even get a spot was insane. Like you are completely correct, man. They need that. I mean, obviously it's an expansion. There's going to be more things going on because they only got 15 teams in the W right now. So there's definitely going to be some moves happening, but we're glad to see it finally start.
100%.
Especially with this new CBA, and yeah, man, it's like he has said, there's a lot of talent out here, a lot of girls that need a shot, and I'm glad they're finally able to get it, man.
But then you got emerging stars, Olivia Miles.
I was just about to bring her up, dog. She's a baller, man.
They talking about rookie of the year. She having a conversation for MVP,
which is insane.
In my eyes. Like I just she just looks like a different animal out there. Like she is out there hooping. Don't give an F who in my way. Ain't no worry in the world with that.
No worry, dog.
It's fun to watch, dude. Like it's just I advise you to just when you got time, sit down and just watch her play.
He's not lying.
There, you know
and I mean, not to mention, like, for her to be a rookie going through this, like, Minnesota is also one of the best leagues in the. One of the best teams in the league. Dog. They sitting at number 2, I believe.
Yes.
Like 15 wins already. Like, bro, come on now. Like. She's
actually number 1. That's right. In the Western Conference, they're number 1. Yeah,
dogging right now, bro.
Yeah, dogging. I mean, obviously, Asia Wilson's doing her thing. She's out right now. She's an injury, but they're still holding the float. They're number 2 in the West right now, so they're still doing. I still put my money on them when it comes down to it. In terms of like when it comes down to experience and playoff basketball,
Vegas got
everybody's healthy. Like in those playoffs, I'm going to ride with the Aces and until somebody else stops them.
So I mean, speaking of, just the experience and everything that kind of goes into that. What you think about the Liberty? I mean, they're on the same boat now.
They're doing the same thing, with Sabrina and
Stewie.
Yeah, with Stewie. I think they're doing the same thing with that experience. They just beat. Obviously the Aces in the cup, the Commissioner's Cup.
Yep.
But I think they didn't have Asia at the time, so I kind of put an asterisk on that.
Definitely an asterisk.
But no, they're playing well too. Like and I love what the Liberty's doing. I love what the Atlanta Dream are doing. And all of that stuff. Now, dig into that. Obviously, that leads us to the Fever with Caitlin Clark and all of the craziness,
which we was about to get into.
Like
just about to get into
the craziness that's going. What you think about what you've seen so far with all of that?
Let's keep everything in regards to sports. Let's just keep it sports. You know what I mean? Like it's
a sticky.
It's a very sticky situation, and it's. I wouldn't say uncomfortable, but almost uncomfortable to talk about, just because as sports people, I mean, obviously we can hold our own. You know what I mean? When it comes down to it. There's that, but like as sports fans, we don't like seeing anything other than sports happening on the TV, especially when when there's sports involved. Like just go out there and play, man. Like we don't need all the extra antics and
no, it's like it's
definitely not a fan of it.
It's like us as coaches, it's like we try. It's like y'all parents getting involved with stuff. Like stay out of the way. It's just the same thing with the W. Like let all of the other stuff go. This is a phenomenal player, you know what I mean, that definitely has helped bring and transcended WNBA since she's been here.
Believe it or not.
You know what I mean? You can say what you want. She's transcended.
Numbers don't lie. Numbers do not lie.
She's come in and did what she's needed to do, and she's also performed on the court to back it up. So come in, do what you need to do. But I think it's an opportunity for us to really, really focus on the game and highlight the game of the women's game and just focus on that. Just focus on that and how well these women have been playing night in and night out. Like, please, if you get a chance, make sure that y'all tune into some WNBA games because there's a lot of them. I mean, today
USA Network, Ion TV,
they're all over
Prime now.
They're
like they
all
got
over the place.
They got some channels now, man.
It is good because they play sometimes midday. You know what I mean? Which is good. You know, right now we ain't got a lot of sports going on, and this is
got Wimbledon going on right now.
Yeah.
Wimbledon and FIFA, that's like the biggest two right now.
So it gives you an opportunity to kind of jump in and be like, oh, cool. You know, you got 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock WNBA game that you can see. You know, sometimes.
And these girls can hoop, dog.
Yeah. And speaking of that, the hometown Mercury. They're struggling right now. But
I mean, to go off of them, I Satu.
Yeah.
Personally, I don't think they ever really should have let go of Sabali, man. Satu was
a beast.
She was a dog, bro, and I think she was a really good glue to what the Mercury had going on at that certain time.
Mercury's sitting at 8-13 right now in the Western Conference. You know, I think that they have the talent to be able to do something. I wish that they get it clicking and rolling. I think that they will at some point in time. Don't get it twisted. I think they will end up going to two. You know, obviously is not there, but they still got Alyssa Thomas. They still got Kalia Cooper. You know, shout out to Kalia Cooper, North Philly.
I say that's a Philly native right there,
Philly native right there. But Bonner, you know, they have talent, and then obviously they just coming off of a run this past year of obviously seeing the Aces in the finals.
Yep.
So I'm hoping that they get it clicking.
It's a little bounce back.
Yeah, like, I hope they get it clicking and figure it out because the talent is there. The talent is definitely there.
Is there.
You know, they show flashes of it. I just think that they got to get rolling and get going. So we'll see as it goes down. But I'm looking forward to seeing the rest of the second half of the season for them.
Most definitely is going to be exciting. And I mean, kind of going off of jumping into different cities, man. I'll kind of go off into I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm low-key a fan. I'm a fan of Washington. I like the Mystics, bro.
Easton.
Sonya Citron, she nice, bro.
Yeah, no, they get to it. They get busy.
Yeah, they definitely do.
And it's definitely
y'all need to be coming.
Yes, y'all need to be tuning in and watching as many games.
And for y'all that are tuned in, good job, man.
It's great basketball, and I think they are expanding in the next couple of years. I think they're going to end up expanding to Philly, from what I understand. There are some expansion
teams, the team back,
that are going to be more expanding, so that'll open up some roster spots and more opportunities for these women.
And not to mention, it's just a good thing for the cities, man. Just to have these professional teams come in, like
it's great. It is great.
It is 1,000% great.
It is great. So,
well, I mean, honestly, Cuzzo, I think we had for the first episode went through the NBA pretty thoroughly. For at least for the free agency signings that we did see for the big moves.
Yeah.
We're gonna be having a lot more intel for the NBA and WNBA coming to you. So if you're not in tune with the WNBA, go ahead and tune in here. We'll be able to at least update you and keep you posted on what's going on, so you're not too out of touch if you're too much of a casual. But go into it. We'll kind of go into the next topic here. Because we got less than 60 days, the NFL is coming back. I know you see those jerseys, man. I know you see those jerseys.
Yes.
All right, so look, obviously, Philly, we are diehard Eagles fans to the core. There's nothing else that we want other than the Eagles to be on top. But we're going to be
a little bit biased. We're gonna be honest. We're gonna
little biased. I'm not gonna lie to you. Everybody that knows me knows. Look, man, we rep.
Yes, sir.
It's gonna be a little biased, but at the same time, I'm gonna let you know when I'm being biased. I'm gonna be like, yo, look, on my biased side, this is how I feel. Because we ride very, very deep. Pause. But in terms of the NFL and just the sports period, we're going to keep it as cordial as possible in regards to just making sure everything is mutual as well. You know what I mean? I do go to school for this, so I also know that you know what I mean? We can't be too much of a fangirl. So by all means,
we know.
By all means, you know what I mean? This is not going to be an Eagles podcast. This is not going to be, you know what I mean? Like we understand
NFL,
this is going to be this is going to be sports based.
Yes.
So to kind of go off into the NFL, we'll leave the Eagles for last for my Philly people, for my Eagles fans. I mean, shit, we're talking about the NBA like it's going to be different. The NFL has a lot of names. They're going to be in a lot of different cities as well, man. There's going to be there's some big moves over there, man.
A lot. Before we even dive into the moves and stuff like that, I think we would be completely naive if we didn't bring up. I don't know if you saw it, because
Chris Johnson. Most definitely have to.
I think that's got to be the priority.
First and foremost.
You know, just to kind of give you guys a little bit of a background on it. Chris Johnson was on Good Morning America this past week, and he was diagnosed with ALS.
Also known as the Grey Glute's disease.
Grey Glute's
y'all that don't know.
And it's something that obviously they haven't found a cure for yet at all. And it takes over your body, takes over everything here. And he was just speaking, and it just took over. I didn't know how to react. I instantly broke into tears because you can't control it. You know, I mean, obviously it could be something that came from the NFL. It could be something that came from, you know, it's not something hereditary. It's not none of that. They don't know. They don't know. So I think it's something that we want to hit ahead on and just make sure that we highlight before as we talk about the NFL. When we talk about those different things, I thought it was important.
No, and I'm glad you did bring that up there, because that's something important, man. Like, not to mention, I mean, we all kind of grew up watching Chris Johnson. Like, that's somebody that, I mean, one of the fastest players to ever play, and not even to just bring up what he brought to the NFL, just him as a person, man. Like, this is disheartening to see. It's heartbreaking. And to kind of back off of what you said, I did see the Good Morning America show in regards to just when Michael Strahan was interviewing him, man, and just the way that we were hearing Chris Johnson speak, dog. It's sad as hell to see. Like, it definitely will get you to break a tear, man. And just especially going off of, you know what I mean, if you play sports yourself, this shit is risky, man. It is, as much as we love it, you know what I mean, there's always that small little risk of, you know what I mean, what the unknown of what could happen. So not to ever disencourage anybody, you know what I mean, we just take care of yourself and you'll be okay. But yeah, we definitely had to pay a tribute out to Chris Johnson, man. I hope everything is better, and we got prayers out for you, man.
And I think it leads to us as individuals, as humans. Make sure you get checked on.
Facts.
You know, go see doctors.
Go get your doctors, man. Go get your yearly checkups. This came out of nowhere.
He you know, him saying that, you know, it went from a little bit of a tingling feeling in his hands, and it kind of just went from there. You know, he didn't even know. So please make sure that you guys are getting checked on. I know I am terrible at it, and I like that. You know, I got to start doing better at it. So please make sure that you're following up with your doctors, and then also support the ALS cause. Donate if you can to those individuals so they can do as much research as they possibly can to find a cure. So just wanted to make sure that we touched on that before we moved on to anything else.
Nah, most definitely, Scuzzo, and I'm glad you did touch up on that, because that's definitely needed, man. And to kind of go off into break it off into the NFL and go into a more of a positive route here. I mean, there's been a lot of moves that's been happening to the NFL as well, man, and it's crazy to see. I mean, to kind of break off to the first one, I'll go off like. We have the reigning Super Bowl champs, Seattle Seahawks. If y'all don't remember or don't know, I mean, the reigning Super Bowl MVP is not on the Seahawks anymore. This man then went to the Kansas City Chiefs. Like, it's a lot of moves that are happening, yo. Like, how do you feel about the NBA? How excited are you or NBA, NFL? How excited are you to have it back?
I'm super excited. As always, there's nothing like a Sunday. You know,
there ain't nothing like it, man.
Ain't nothing like Sunday, man.
Nothing like it.
I mean, you know, just sitting around and being, you know, at home on the grill or here at, you know, at a sports bar or something like that, and just watching a football game throughout the years, it has never changed. It's never changed. You know,
something you literally grew up into, and it's crazy that you say that, because like literally, I grew up into it. It's never changed. My son is growing into it.
It's never changed.
Like, my son is growing into it, and it hasn't. Like, he's so excited about football that my son will try to bring up videos of just the Eagles playing, and it's like, yo, I love it, but at the same time, you're going to wait in the offseason like I am. We're going to wait for this football to come back.
He's like, I'm going to go ahead and do it. So it's fun. I'm excited for it.
For sure is,
I think we got a lot of moves that were made. It's too many to count, but the major ones, obviously, you know, with him saying that, you know, the Super Bowl MVP leaving and going to the Kansas City Chiefs and things like that to make them stronger. You know, even our big move from Philly, I mean, we'll talk about them last, but, you know, those different things. But we can talk about the Patriots a little bit and, you know, how they were able to retain a lot of their pieces and bring their pieces back.
Most definitely. A lot of, I mean, first and foremost, like, we obviously went through with Kenneth Walker. Another big move, like, Myles Garrett?
Myles Garrett.
Hello.
Trade.
Went ahead and got traded off to the LA Rams, bro. Like, that was
to the LA Rams. Myles Garrett traded to the LA Rams in exchange for Jared Verse,
which was
2027 first round pick, a 2028 second round pick, and a 2029 third-round pick. So they gave up the boat to go get Myles Garrett, which I'm not mad at them. The Los Angeles Rams have been consistently in a win now. They want to win. They want to win.
I mean, especially in the window that they have Stafford in for.
100%. Like
he's not wrong.
They've always shown that. So I'm not mad at it.
Right.
I just don't know. Like we talk about. I don't know. Does it move the needle enough? And he's a special player. Don't get me wrong. But does it move the needle enough to get them, to where they're trying to get to, which is another Super Bowl?
And it's crazy that you say that because, I mean, that's a fair question to ask. Yeah. And I don't think that's more so on Myles Garrett as a player. Yeah. Like, the question that he asked, is it enough to move the needle? We already know that Myles Garrett is probably, if not the best defensive player that 100%. The NFL has seen. Yep. But the NFC is so stacked, and the NFL is just that fucking crazy that... Shit, their division might be tough alone. I mean, they still have San Fran in that division to go for it, and Seattle. You know what I mean? Like Arizona obviously is. They're nothing to talk about. You know what I mean?
Unfortunately, we still got to talk about them because we're in Arizona, so we'll let it here. But we do need to talk about some of the moves that they made or didn't make.
they will be in another discussion for sure. Yes, Arizona is just. They mind boggle my mind every year in terms of the Cardinals.
100%.
But man. I mean, it was definitely a win now type of move. And if we're speaking about it, man, the Rams they have some good work over there, man. Like, I don't necessarily agree with the back tandem that they do have with Kyren Williams and Blake Corum, just because I feel like Kyren Williams deserved. I mean, hey, maybe they saw something I didn't, but
he's a little bit better.
I think Kyren Williams is a little bit of a better player. So I mean, we'll see what happens there. But they still have Devontae Adams. They still have Puka Nacua. Like, this team is definitely nothing to blink at.
100%.
We'll definitely keep an eye on the Rams. And as an Eagles fan, I mean, like we had said, the NFC, the Rams is the one team I truly don't like to see. Just because of Matt Stafford. That man is he is something nasty.
What do you? We talk about trades. Let's talk about Micah Fitzpatrick. Micah Fitzpatrick traded from the Miami Dolphins to the.
I like Micah Fitzpatrick, man. Fitzpatrick is nasty.
7th round pick. Now again, we're kind of mixing and matching the trades.
Right, but I mean, it's the NFL. Yeah, we're just gonna go.
We're gonna jump all over the place. So bear with us, but I think these are one of those sleeper trades that we can get.
You ain't wrong.
Yeah, so him going to the Jets. Obviously, the Jets not being what the Jets have been, but I mean, Miami kind of unloaded everybody. They kind of unloaded everybody this off season. So, what you think about that trade?
I like Fitzpatrick he's a good player, and I think Miami did what they needed to do a year ago, which was kind of clean house.
Yep.
And you know, I mean, get that restart showing. So I think this is a good move for them. Okay. And I mean, they still have one of their main pieces. Obviously, it's the other side of the ball, but Devon Achane in regards to making sure that, you know, what I mean, they have their blueprint of what they want. So I think they're moving in the right direction. Don't think that Miami is anything to really, you know, what I mean, be watching per se, but they're definitely moving in the right direction.
Yeah, I feel the same. I think Miami unloaded everybody for the most part and just said, all right, we're going to get our draft capital and we're just going to rebuild, which I'm not mad at. You know, I mean, they got to do.
It's all they can do at this point.
Yeah, I mean, I think they made the mistake of, you know, paying Tua when they did.
Way too much.
Yeah, way too much. And then now it kind of put them in a cap.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, well, what are you going to do? And then they figure out, all right, this is probably not going to be our franchise guy. And they made the adjustment, and they're saying, all right, well, we got to restart. So they're hitting the restart button. But I think the Jets have an opportunity. I mean, the Jets have so much talent, and they always have. I just don't know what else will get them over the hump at some particular time. But I think that the talent has always been there. You know, from the younger talent, the draft that they draft to the trades that they make, they always have something. I hope, you know, they at least try to trend it towards the right direction at some point in time. But
yeah, and not to mention that back onto Devon Achane, I mean, he did sign an extension to like signed an extension through the 2030 season, so that was a big one there. I also like the move that LA did in regards to just re-signing Derwin James, making sure they get an extension for him. I mean, I'm not a big fan of the Chargers. I feel like they have their own problems to deal with, but I do like Derwin James. I think he's a good safety.
Yeah, 100%. All right, I mean, we danced around it long enough. We're gonna have to get to this trade.
All right, man. I'll break it down, man. Look, man. I will say, coming from a Phillies fan, obviously y'all seeing everything that's kind of broke down in regards to the whole AJ Brown
saga.
Thank you is the right word for it.
Yeah. 2 years.
Yeah, man. It's just. I have my own words for what had happened, but we'll just get into the trade here, man.
Yeah.
AJ Brown has finally been traded to long time coming, traded to the New England Patriots, man. Yep. Pending a physical in regards to New England's first round pick for 2028 and their 5th round pick for 2027. Now, I'm just gonna ask you, as a sports fan, not necessarily an Eagles fan yet, how do you feel about this AJ Brown move?
As a sports fan, obviously you don't want to lose a player of his caliber. You know what I mean? Like it's just hard to see him go out the door. He's still kind of in his prime a little bit. You know, like it's hard to watch him go out the door and not be able to figure it out. You know, like and to give up. I don't think that we got a decent haul for him back. Like, you know what I mean? But
in regards to what we were hearing, when we say we. That's the bias in us. We're gonna be saying the Eagles, but in regards to what we were hearing back for AJ Brown
initially, like to end up getting that, it's not bad, but it's also I felt like we got the first rounder, which is what they wanted. I think that they wanted probably more than one. They ended up at least getting one, which is big in today's NFL.
It's huge.
They don't. A lot of teams are not giving up first round picks. Like they're just not. So,
like the NBA.
You know, yeah. So to get that first rounder was good, but I think again, like I said, as a football guy, it's hard to watch him go out the door with the numbers that he puts up and what he's capable of doing
and what he left.
And what he left and what we have and what we were capable of and the potential that obviously us winning one and then where we can still trend and go. I feel like it's still an opportunity. However, I get it. I get it from now. This is the bias side coming in. It's like I get it as I know that the Eagles, it's kind of addition by subtraction in certain instances. Sometimes like people got to reset. Sometimes
that's just the lay of the business. How it goes.
It's the business. Relationships run its course, and sometimes you got to be able to make a move and do what's best for both parties. And I think that's exactly what's taking place here with that situation. So
I mean, to kind of go on for it, this definitely could have been handled a lot differently.
100%.
Like obviously, people have this isn't the first time that we've seen a player and two players have disagreements and it being shown on camera and whatnot. Yep. But we can all agree to disagree that this was just too much. This whole saga of the AJ Brown and Jalen Hurts thing is just like if you guys have fallouts, and this is me speaking on my side personally. If you have fallouts, that's completely fine. But there are definitely ways to go about it. And you being the type of caliber player that you are in regards to AJ Brown, you put yourself in a really bad dynamic spot, as well as the city of the Eagles. I would say the Eagles.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We definitely, I feel like we made it known that we did not want to let you go. In regards to the Eagles, like the city of Philly didn't necessarily want to see you leave. Mm-hmm. But I mean, there's also, there's a touch and go to this. Like if you're gonna act this way, then by all means, we truly don't give a fuck. Like at the end of the day, we are still Philly. I mean, like if you want to leave by all means, if you want to leave by all means, don't let the door hit you on the way out. But it's like, we did what we could, man. This John definitely went way more south than what it needed to. And to be real with you, as an Eagles fan, as a football fan and an Eagles fan, like you kind of said, I'm sad to see the player of his caliber leave because we've seen the bad times where we had no wide receiver. So we've seen with Travis Fulgham as our wide receiver one. So there's been some bad times. We were happy to see this time that we did see for the 4 years that we had AJ Brown. But hey man, we still got Devontae Smith. Yeah. We still got Dallas Goedert. Surprisingly, thankfully, because I know Dallas Goedert was on the trading block a couple of years ago. So
we got some young pieces that's coming up.
Mekhi Lemon coming in. You know what I mean? Like so, it's and not to mention, nigga, we still got Saquon fucking Barkley. So we will be okay. It's just this, like I said, this saga just went on a little too long.
Handled very poorly by both parties.
Handled very poorly.
Handled poorly by both parties. So but the blessing is again, it's time to move on. Mm-hmm. Both parties can move on. Both parties got fresh starts, and then you go from there.
You are completely right, Cuzzo. You are completely right.
What about let's dig into the Jalen Waddle. That's another one that I think was a little bit of a sleeper. Him going to the
I like Jalen Waddle in Denver, man.
Yeah,
Knicks
man.
having a little piece there.
Yeah, you give him some help. You give him some good help too. I mean, Jalen Waddle has been consistent for the most part throughout the course of his career. His production numbers kind of dropped off.
Even though he isn't the number one option. I mean,
no,
he never, numbers wise, never shown to be that number one option, especially when he had Tyreek there in Miami with him. But I will tell you what, if you don't know Jalen Waddle's game, best believe you will learn this year.
Yeah, Jalen Waddle's gonna ball out.
Him in Denver is gonna be fucking amazing.
Yeah, he's gonna ball out in Denver.
Excuse my language.
No. He's gonna ball out in Denver. Gonna ball out for sure. And I love the piece. They didn't give up a lot for him.
Right.
So I think that's another key piece. So yeah, and then you got Bo Nix obviously coming in, and Bo Nix coming off injury. Now he's going to be healthy, and then you get a full training camp with Jalen Waddle is a huge boost to that team. So that's another team you got to look out for out there. Out of that, but
give me 1 second here.
I mean, while you go there, I think talk a little bit, but
of course, and to kind of get into what he was saying for Jalen Waddle, what they ended up giving up. I mean, the Broncos ended up getting Jalen Waddle and a 2026 fourth-round pick, whereas the Dolphins ended up giving up a 2026 first-round pick,
right.
30th overall, actually, which is pretty damn high if you're asking me, and a third-round and fourth-round pick. So, I mean, Jalen Waddle was a first-rounder, if I'm not mistaken, as well. So, and this is only, year 5 for him? So, I mean, we'll see what happens.
Yep. So I mean, we gotta, and being in Arizona, we gotta jump to that team that these Cardinals, man, these Cardinals. Gotta jump to them and talk about the moves that they did make, the moves that they didn't make. Obviously, the drafts and things like that. Obviously, I think the biggest move was them releasing Kyler Murray, and then, saying that we're going to move off of him and go a different direction.
So before we even get deep into the whole details of that, because we will kind of discuss what that is going to kind of bring for the Cardinals. Personally, how do you feel about that move?
I think it was the right move. I just think it was the wrong time.
Kind of like a Giannis thing.
Yeah, I think it was the wrong time. I think they should have did it a little bit earlier.
Sooner?
Yeah, like
I agree.
Sooner. Like if they were going to do it, I think there was windows and pockets where they could have probably traded him when he was.
He had a higher
value. Was his
way higher value,
super high. And I think they were going to do it. They should have did it then. And they kind of said, all right, well, instead of that, we're going to go ahead and sign him to an extension, which was, I don't say, I'm not saying it's crazy, but
it was blindly done.
Yeah, I think that they took the bait on that when it's like, all right, well, can we seriously, get what we need out of him, rather than saying, all right, it's time to probably move on. So, yeah, they signed him to an extension, and then obviously that money, tied up a lot in the cap space, and he didn't produce or perform like they needed him to. So, and it's led to the inevitable, which we all saw coming. And I think the Valley can speak for you. It's just, from most of what I'm hearing is just they didn't buy into him 100% anyway. So, I just thought it should have been made earlier.
Which, I mean, kind of puts forth on like, bro, what are you doing as an organization? Like, I mean, like you. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's easy to be out there making these decisions, but at the same time, you are paid to make these. You make your paycheck. You know what I mean? Like, I living in Arizona, I truly don't get and understand what the hell the Cardinals are doing.
Yeah.
Majority of the time, just because they're like, it's not like there's nothing out here to live. I mean, in terms of Phoenix, like the Super Bowl's been out here a couple of times.
Oh man, you've had a lot.
Like there's just a.
You've had a lot.
It's mind-boggling, yo. It's a lot to dig into, and I mean, kind of go into it like the quarterback position controversy thing, whatever the hell you want to call it. They definitely dropped the ball on, and now you have to the point where you don't have a starting quarterback because Jacoby Brissett is now waiting to get paid because you wanted to play around with him.
Yep.
So it's like, brother, what are we doing?
Yeah,
and then you went to go into the draft side or drafting Carson Beck. How do you feel about that?
Yep.
I mean, Carson Beck is...
I think he's a project.
Project is the right word, I would say.
I think he's a project.
Right word.
Miami and all those different places they use it. Georgia, he was really inconsistent. Really, really inconsistent. And I think he was just as good as the talent that was around him. I don't think he's like one of those guys
that's going to turn your franchise.
Yeah, I don't know if he's a leader type. You know what I mean? I think he's going to be, as good as what he has around him and the support that he has in terms of like that. I don't think he's going to galvanize the troops. I don't think and that's what you need from a quarterback. You need somebody that's going to put it on their shoulders and be able to do that, and then also develop all of that stuff. So I think it's a project. I think if they're patient and they want to wait that out, I think it's a steal where they got him at in the draft, if you want to say that. But I think next year's draft is loaded with quarterbacks. I think it's deeper than this draft. So I think they probably could have waited on that. But yeah, like you said, Jacoby Brissett is under contract, so he's like a bridge. And then you got Gardner Minshew that's under contract for 1 year, and then now you got Beck. So now they're all, you're in a quarterback battle going into training camp, and you don't know who your starting quarterback is.
You know what I mean? And I can confidently say I would much rather have Brissett starting out of any of those three. But excuse me, in terms of a contract negotiation that we're having here, and this is the battle that you're having to pick with, is between these three quarterbacks. This is the problem where it starts off. I mean, no disrespect to any three of them, but man, it's just, come on, dog. I will say I like the fact that they were able to pick up Tyler Algier. I do like that pickup, because to have him run with Jeremiah Love, brother, I forgot about Buddy.
Drafted a rookie running back with the #1 pick.
I mean, talking about Jeremiah Love, bro, and not to mention he's one of the highest paid running backs right now because of the rookie deal that he got. Bro, it's insane, but I think they have a pretty good running back committee over there.
Well, it's great, but the offensive line is shaky.
Very.
You know what I mean? Shaky at best. And then again, you don't know who your quarterback is going to be. So even if you say, all right, Brissett, you give him a running game, but you got to be able to throw it at some point in time. And I think Brissett gets you kind of, a couple.
They still have Marvin Harrison Jr. Obviously, they were able to pick up Kendrick Bourne. I like that pickup a little bit.
Yeah, I think that was a good.
That was good.
But they need. I mean, Marvin.
Not to mention Trey McBride. They have some pieces.
Trey McBride is a beast. He's a beast.
For sure.
I think they need somebody else alongside Harrison, though. You're going to have somebody in the slot or in that.
Because Bourne is a good slot, but he's definitely not a wideout.
You need another wide. You need somebody on that other side with Harrison.
I'll be on that.
He's not here. But, they have the makings of something. I don't know. How do you feel about them drafting Love with that first pick? Out of all of the options and the things that they needed, how do you feel about that #1 pick?
I think Jeremiah Love is a very good. This is nothing on him. I think he's a very good player. Notre Dame balled out, and I think he was a good pick for that. Just not a good pick for the Cardinals. I'm trying to get into how I can break this down.
Right.
I don't think it was the right pick for the Cardinals, and that's simply just because of their blueprint of how they have things. Like, dog, Jeremiah Love, like I said, a great player to have, someone that you can have as a committee with, but not to mention you got to pay him all this money in terms of that you don't need. You don't need to pay a running back all this.
Yeah.
And then you still have the biggest opportunity to lay there, bro. Like, if I was to look 2 years ahead, we don't know who the Cardinals quarterback is going to be.
No, you don't.
You just can't run a team without a quarterback, brother. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, you don't know. I don't know what they're going to. It's a possibility.
And it's so irritating, I think, to the fact of, because even when Kyler Murray was here, we knew that he wasn't the answer, and we knew that they didn't believe he was the answer.
Yep.
And the fact of the matter of them not just being like, you know what, let's move on from this. Let's see what we can get and kind of take it to the next step. They just drug him along like dead weight. And
we talked about it. They re-signed him.
Exactly. We put him to the extension, and it's like, why though? Like, he got to the point where you had D-Hop come over here. That was very exciting for Arizona. Ended up leaving out because of the relationship he had with Kyler Murray, and bro, he can't get the ball.
Yeah. I think you could have talked D-Hop into like staying and having
moving a quarterback if you need to, something. But like, brother,
I had one request from the Cardinals. I don't know who. Listen, please stop treating this team and this freaking franchise like it is a Super Bowl winning team. And what I mean by that, y'all ticket sales.
Ridiculous.
Ticket prices, not the sales, my apologies. The ticket prices are ridiculous to go to a Cardinals.
And we get State Farm Stadium is nice.
Man.
The Cardinals are not.
Hey, listen, y'all got to come down to reality just a little bit.
Just a little bit, dog.
Listen, my Eagles is going to be here this season. Our Eagles are going to be here this season.
And we will be there.
We'll be there regardless.
We will. Just to let y'all know, there will be a pregame episode happening, and we will be there.
Yes, we will be there. However, I'm just speaking in general, y'all cannot treat them like y'all are a Super Bowl win, not even a playoff team. y'all ticket prices are ridiculous for a basic game.
And I'm talking about like nosebleeds is hitting triple digits.
Yes,
like it's bad.
It's crazy. So please, if I ask any requests, just come down to reality just a little bit until y'all get y'all weight up.
He said, matter of fact, until y'all sign a quarterback.
Yeah,
until you get a real quarterback, go ahead and bring them prices down.
Until you get your weight up, just please, just do me that favor, just for about 1 or 2 years. That's all I ask.
That's a fair ask.
You know what I mean? That's all I ask.
That's a fair ask, man. The NFL is at a worry, man, and we are coming close, so I cannot wait. It's going to be an exciting time.
Almost here. I mean, you know, when it gets close, Madden and stuff coming out, we'll talk about games and stuff like that. You already know. That's
Madden 27 coming out, man. We saw Caleb Williams got the cover. It's pretty dope.
Yeah.
I don't think it was deserving, but it's pretty dope.
No, but
but another conversation for another day. We'll kind of get into the biggest sport in the world, actually.
Literally.
The FIFA World Cup.
Yeah.
I will say, dog, I've been watching the World Cup since I was, I want to say like 13, 12 maybe.
Better than me.
Yeah, man. It was. To be honest with you, it was my friend that got me into it. He was a heavy soccer player, and he was like, I never. You know, I mean, we grew up not watching the World Cup and shit like that. So, he got me into it. He was like, dog. He goes for Mexico for Chivas, and I was like, that was at the time where they had Ochoa. For the people that do know Ochoa, that man is a dog.
I do remember him.
Yeah, man is a dog. But yeah, man. And I would say about like 6th grade year probably for myself. And mind you, I'm 26 now, so it's it's been some time. But yeah, man, it's really, really cool to see for the World Cup, and it's amazing to see how big it's gotten, because obviously it's the world sport, but it's like it grows every year, or every 4 years that it comes back. And not to mention it's every 4 years, so that's what also makes it a special, damn near an Olympics. But I mean, to also like, I'll kind of give an example. I just ran into a dude yesterday at Walmart. Dude's from Germany. So he has a thick accent and everything, but his son was like, they were just going crazy in Walmart, like just kicking the shit for the FIFA World Cup. And it's like, seeing what that brings for people, man, it's amazing to see, brother. Togetherness is dope.
It's big. No, I mean, I'm kind of opposite of Cuz. I just started watching recently, you know, like sitting down and watching. Obviously, I was familiar with it, but I never like actually sat down and watched full matches. This year, I've actually sat down and watched a number of full matches, like every country and things like that, and the popularity is just fun. It's just fun.
It's unmatchable.
It doesn't matter who's playing. Like, you can sit down and it's just the excitement from the fans to the locations that they're in, to the stories that are behind each and every player in each and every country, and everything, and how they got into the World Cup and how they got to the play, like the playing, from the playing games to the
qualifiers,
all of that stuff is just fun stories to dig into. So I'm gonna be a fan. I haven't been watching it long, but I will definitely be moving forward. This will be something that I will prioritize for sure. Like, because this has been fun. This has been fun.
Yeah, and then like not to mention, like we just said, I mean, it's every 4 years, so it's not like this comes around often. So when you do see it, it's almost like you got to catch it, man.
100%.
And I mean, it brings out the best in sports. You know, I mean, there's the similarities there between the whole GOAT debate, whether it's Ronaldo or Messi, you know what I mean? Like, and I am Team Messi, I will say, but in regards to there, I mean, it's just, man, and I know there's a lot of Ronaldo fans, so I don't want to spark nothing. But it's dope to see, man. I will say the USA is looking amazing. Obviously,
looking good, man.
Be US based, and
I mean,
man, this is the best that I've seen them look probably since I've been watching the World Cup.
Oh yeah, I mean, from my understanding, you know, like I said, I'm just getting into it. You know, it has been a little bit of a struggle for USA soccer throughout the course of the World Cup. But I got a chance to, you know, obviously dive into some history and things like that. And then obviously I watched the whole Bosnia game and just see them play Bosnia and all of that stuff. And that was fun to watch. And to see them come from, I guess, the history of what they've been on, what they showed, how the struggles have been, how the world has kind of been dominating around them, and our players weren't, like we talked about, the development, and, you know, nobody engaging in it, and it hasn't been a popular sport for the U.S. So now it's something, you know, we got some young pieces that look like it's going to be a bright future going forward with USA soccer. So again, it's fun.
And not to mention, I mean, like the whole USA soccer, bringing Messi into Miami, that brings a whole other aspect. Like now he brings a whole different type of like wave of kids that probably never even really, I mean, obviously probably still like soccer, but like having Messi there, that's, like I said, that's one of the GOATs, man. So that brings a whole different aspect, and it's dope as hell to see.
Yes, sir. So the Bosnia game, match, like, I mean, it was a really, I thought it was a good match.
It was a close match. That
really close match.
That Portugal match yesterday was really close too, between them and Croatia.
Croatia.
I know a lot of people feel that Portugal probably ended up getting off easy on that one.
Just a little bit. A little bit. Yep, 2-1. It was a close match. I mean, that obviously sets up Portugal with Spain, and then U.S. plays. Who did they play? Belgium?
Yeah, we played Belgium.
Yeah,
played Belgium.
So it's kind of a
Monday, I believe.
Yeah, so it's Monday. I mean, he sets up these two really good matches. Like, I'm watching both of these. I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm sitting down and I'm watching both of them. Because
I mean, whether it goes Portugal or España, you have your male, and then you have Ronaldo that we're going against. So it's like, and I say that because I figure we can get past Belgium.
No, I mean, it's gonna be tough. It's a tough ask, but because of the experience that they have, both teams like Portugal and Spain, they have so much experience. And they
even though they're one of their best players, only 18 years old.
Yeah, man.
We've seen that happen before.
They're just so skilled.
FIFA is just one of them sports.
Yeah, they're just so skilled. They play well, so it's gonna be a tough ask, but hopefully, I think we should be able to get. I think we'll take care of business against Belgium. I don't know who you got in that Portugal-Spain matchup.
In the Portugal-Spain matchup, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna take Portugal in it just because it's hard to rule out CR7. But España and Yamel, bro,
that's what I'm leaning towards.
You going to España?
I'm going Spain, man. I got it. It's tough.
You can't go wrong with either. You really can't.
I'm leaning towards.
But since I did say I'm a Messi fan, I'll back up the Ronaldo people. I'm gonna say Portugal for this match.
You can't go
say Portugal for this match.
Yeah, but I'm going that route.
Yeah.
I'm going Spain, but I think it's gonna be a great matchup either way.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. I mean, we got some other good matchups around the World Cup that'll be taking place.
Definitely. Not to mention, we got Morocco and Canada playing right as we're speaking.
As we speak,
Morocco's actually up 2-0.
Yeah, they're playing Canada right now. We got it on the big screen over there. But
that's one of the things to look out for, for sure. But yeah, man. If you have not peeped into the FIFA World Cup, man, please do tune in. Obviously, not saying like. Look, man, I understand soccer from what I've never been a soccer player, but the FIFA World Cup is definitely something to watch, and it will get you excited, man.
Yeah, broaden your horizons.
You know what I mean?
Definitely. You got to try something different, man. But it's worth the watch.
The 90 minutes will not be a regret. I promise you.
100%. It ain't. It's worth it. It's worth it for sure, man. It's fun. Now, I will say, if you ain't a fan of flopping, it might get a little.
That's gonna be something you gonna have to come up. Like
it's a lot.
You thought flopping in basketball was bad?
Man, it's a lot of flopping in there. I don't think I've ever seen flopping in FIFA. I don't know what the deal is with it. It is unusual.
It's definitely a part of the what's the word I'm looking for? The environment.
I guess, man.
Because I mean, like obviously they do it in there, but there's just soccer players everywhere that they try to sell that, bro.
I don't know what it is, but I was like, holy cow! I mean, watching 3 or 4 games in the same thing, they just all falling. Ain't nobody getting touched. I'm like,
and they'll stay there too.
And they stay. They waiting for this play.
They'll wait to hear that whistle, dog.
Somebody better call it. I'm gonna keep rolling around over here, but but other than that, man, it's check it out. Tune in for sure to the World Cup. It's a special event, something that y'all can watch with your family and different things like that, and just celebrate. And you learn a lot of history about different countries and things like that.
Big facts, big facts. Like he has said, man, listen to Coach Wilson, broaden y'all horizon, man. Make sure y'all stay in tune, stay educated.
Broaden your palate.
Broaden that palate.
The palate.
Anything that y'all need to be enlightened on or essentially educated on sport-wise. That's what we here for. We got some pop culture that we're gonna be bringing to y'all too. But
there's so many different things we ain't even dive into.
That's what I'm saying. We didn't even dive into all that yet. We just saved y'all for the quick little introduction that we wanted to do, man, and to let y'all know that look, the Cousin Cuzzo podcast is here to stay. We're gonna make this known. We're gonna come up, and we appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. We got your host Nate checking out. Coach Wilson, man. And at that point, man, I hope you guys have a great one. Peace. See you later.